Most people know Wisconsin Dells as the water park capital of the world, but there's so much more to explore here beyond just the slides and the wave pools. And today, we're on a mission to find something a little more unique to do here in the Dells, something that the whole family can enjoy. One of those hidden gems here is a historic duck boat tour. It's been around since 1946, and it's the perfect way to see the natural beauty of this area, both on land and on water. The Wisconsin Duck Boats take you on a unique journey through the lush forests, scenic trails, and even the beautiful Wisconsin River. And what makes these vehicles special is that they literally transform from a truck on land to a boat on water. It's a fun and thrilling ride for families, history buffs, and anyone looking to see a different side of the Dells. So if you're planning a trip to Wisconsin Dells and want to add a little adventure to your itinerary, the Duck Boat Tour is a must-do. Keep watching to get the full 411 on what to expect while you're here, so you too can plan out your adventure accordingly. Now, last time we brought you guys along with us when we checked out Devil's Lake State Park. That's where we spent a few hours hiking and enjoying the breathtaking views atop of the Baraboo Hills. While we were there, we decided to make a quick 30-minute drive to the Dells to ride the Wisconsin Ducks, an attraction that features amphibious vehicles called ducks that were originally designed to transport troops and supplies. These vehicles are capable of traveling both on land and water, making the tour a super fun and adventurous experience. The location is directly across from the famous Mount Olympus Water and Theme Park Resort. When you arrive, you'll basically be greeted by this rather large original Wisconsin duck sign. After we parked, we walked over to one of the windows to purchase our tickets. Now, I highly recommend you purchase your tickets ahead of time online in order to save some money, and you can do so by heading to www.originalwisconsinducks.com. From here, you can learn more about these tours, including their operating hours and contact information. And when you're ready to book, simply head to the Buy Tickets tab up at the top, and you'll notice on the next page that purchasing online will give you 50% off of a kid's ticket. At least that's the current promotion that they have going on. Now, once you've purchased, you're going to go ahead and receive an email confirmation with your tickets so that you can show them to the guide at the time of your arrival. The day that we went in, there was a short line that we had to wait in. I would say it was about 5 or so minutes. Really wasn't that bad considering that we were there on a Sunday. Boats typically board every 15 to 30 minutes during peak season, depending on the day and the number of visitors. During busier times, such as the summer months or weekends, they may increase the frequency to accommodate more guests. The tours run continuously throughout the day, with the last departure usually just before dusk. What's really helpful is that they also have concession stands there in case you get hungry before or after the tour. It was finally our turn to get on the boat, and unlike boarding a plane or a bus, this boat boards from the back of the boat. Because of this, we opted to sit in the back since we'd be ultimately the first to get off. These boats are roughly 31 feet long and 8 feet wide, making them large enough to carry about 20 to 30 passengers at a time, depending on the configuration. Despite their age, these duck boats are well maintained and regularly inspected for safety. They're equipped with life jackets for all passengers, and the drivers are also trained guides who are knowledgeable about the vehicle's operation on both land and water. You'll first travel through the forested trails as the duck weaves through the rugged terrain. This land portion gives passengers a chance to enjoy the lush forests and wildlife that's native to the area. The guides will often share historical facts about the region and stories about the ducks themselves. As the duck continues, it passes through a section of the lower Dells where you'll see the famous sandstone cliffs. These cliffs are one of the geological highlights of the Dells area. One of the most exciting parts of the tour is the splashdown, where the duck drives directly from the land into the Wisconsin River. This thrilling transition lets passengers experience the duck's amphibious capability firsthand. And no, we did not get wet in this first splash. Once you're in the water, the duck cruises along the Wisconsin River, providing incredible views of the sandstone formations. The cliffs in Wisconsin Dells are made of Cambrian sandstone, a type of rock that dates back over 500 million years. They were formed during the Cambrian period, when this region was covered by a shallow sea, and over time, layers of sand and sediment compacted and hardened into the stunning cliffs we see today. I have to admit that this part of the tour is pretty relaxing, and we simply sat back and observed our surroundings while our tour guide gave us the story of the area's history. The boat eventually emerged back onto the land, which I have to admit was pretty cool, especially since we'd never seen something like that before. After exploring the Wisconsin River, the duck splashed into the second part of the tour, which is Lake Delton, a large scenic lake that's central to Wisconsin Dells tourism. And yes, this second splash did get us a little bit wet. While gliding through the water, you're going to enjoy views of the surrounding cliffs, trees, and lakefront properties. After cruising on Lake Delton, the duck re-enters the land portion by climbing up the shore, showcasing the vehicle's amphibious capabilities once again.
as a fish and wildlife refuge. The Wisconsin State Militia. However, his name does still live on with us.
Expect to make a stop at some point in the tour where the driver takes a moment to point out the surrounding landscape and typically mentions the option to purchase a souvenir brochure or photo booklet. And while it's always nice to show your support, just keep in mind that you are not obligated to buy. While it's a quick pause in the tour, it's also a great opportunity for passengers to ask questions and engage with the guide or simply take in the natural beauty around them. The tour then continues through the wooded trails and sandy areas, offering more scenic views of the natural environment. The terrain in this section is a little bit more rugged, giving passengers a sense of adventure as the duck navigates through the forest.
Now you guys might be wondering, why do we talk about Miss Helen Robb so much on our tour? Well, that's on her. We wouldn't be out here giving tours. So I'd give her a big shout out and thank you.
The tour eventually concludes back at the starting point, which is near the Wisconsin Dells Parkway. The entire tour lasts around 1 hour and covers approximately 8.5 miles of both land and water. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that you'll have your photo taken before entering the boat, and after you get off the boat, you'll be given the option to purchase it. We didn't really like how ours turned out, so we skipped the purchase this time. We also skipped the gift shop because we were starving and needed to get back on the road in order to make it home on time. But if you do have time to check out the gift shop, they offer a range of duck-themed merchandise, including clothing, toys, keychains, and mugs. Visitors can also find souvenir photos, postcards, and small home decor items. Now, is it worth driving 195 miles from Chicago to the Dells just to ride the ducks? Well, in my opinion, probably not. And that's only because the ride itself isn't very long, so it's probably best that you plan out other things to do while you're here. You can do this by heading to wisdells.com to plan your itinerary. This was truly a fun and unique experience, and we learned so much about this area of Wisconsin. Despite being around for over 75 years, the original Wisconsin Duck Boat Tour often gets missed because Wisconsin Dells is pretty much known as the water park capital of the world. And because of this, most visitors focus primarily on the large, flashy water parks and resorts. If you're planning on heading to the Dells at any point during their peak season, which is mid-March through mid-November, I highly recommend you check it out. If you found this guide helpful in any way, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to bring you travel content just like this. And until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep making memories.